Olafur Eliasson in real life. The sensory experience begins in the elevator up to the exhibition. I'm showered, bathed in a suffocating yellow light. The door opens, and the entrance hallway drains me in yet another sea of yellow. The pressure lightens as I'm allowed into the light again, large windows caressing me with blue daylight. White kaleidoscope suns welcome me back into nature, in the absurd contrast of a sterile entrance hall. The Tate Modern exhibition, Olafur Eliasson in real life, is a multi-room experiential exploration of reality through the lens of what is natural and what's artificial, created by Olafur Eliasson and his studio. The exhibition hosts 40 different artworks, including many large-scale installations made throughout his career. By using contrasting elements, colors, and spaces, he places my body in the uncanny middle ground between what I want to see and the perhaps ugly truth hiding behind the facades. He forces me to confront the elements in an intensified and amplified way, using my bodily instincts and reactions against me, forcing me to take a stand, physically, between what is and what could be. Having gone through a room of shapes and forms covered in yet another yellow light, I enter into the realm of the natural as I step in front of a large moss wall, an artwork from 1994. It consists of a thick layer of reindeer moss, which in its living, dull, and soft appearance calms me, ensures me that everything is fine. Natural is also what Eliasson simply called beauty, a thin and irresistibly beautiful curtain of mist sprayed from the ceiling and made visible by a light shining on it. As I put my hand out, I can feel its gentle touch softly sprinkling my palm. Its mesmerizing drizzle is ever-changing, yet static in its placement and character. It's a waterfall I can't take my eyes from. But the gentleness and calmness are stripped away from me as I enter into a tunnel, which makes me blind, but not deaf. The sound of voices is echoing through the tunnel, filling my head, yet I can't see past the person in front of me. The fog is thick in its visual cover, and it cuts me off from my own body. As I put my hand out, it almost disappears from sight, as if disconnected, independent from me. The fog is made by a thick gas, a gas made out of one of our most common food sweeteners. When induced with different colored lights, it gives me the feeling of walking through a heavily polluted street. Streetlights passing me by, yet I can see nothing. It feels as if I've stepped out of the beauty of our own world and into one in which I can no longer fit, one which rejects me. The aftertaste of the sweetener serves as a reminder of my human impact on this earth as I continue into the exhibition. Yet another reminder of my expulsion comes as I later enter a room filled with sculptures and images, formed from melting ice. The next room is shielded from me by a thick, plastic, and yellow sheet, slightly bellowing in the airflow. I walk towards it, see people move on the other side, but I can't hear them, can't reach them. The yellow color is almost fluorescent, like compact smog. Throughout the exhibition, I was placed physically in the center of the change from natural to artificial, and I couldn't shake the looming feeling that somehow this was my fault. Like that I, touching the mesmerizing waterfall, running my hands along the soft moss wall, had ruined it all, created the dystopian disconnect between world and humans which I felt in the smoke tunnel. I mean, my body was there, in it all. I was not allowed to be a bystander. I was the other, and yet I was the one in it, at the center.